The Museum of Unearthly Whispers. I've always been drawn to the obscure and the unexplained, and it was this insatiable curiosity that led me to a place both captivating and chilling. A place where the line between the living and the dead blurred into an enigmatic dance of whispers and shadows. The Museum of Unearthly Whispers was tucked away in a quiet corner of the city, hidden from the prying eyes of the curious and the skeptics alike. It was a place that few knew of, and even fewer dared to visit. But I, driven by a desire to unravel the mysteries of the unknown, could not resist its call. The museum's reputation was shrouded in whispers and legends. Some said it was haunted by the spirits of the long deceased, while others claimed it held relics of arcane rituals and cursed artifacts. But what intrigued me the most was the rumor that the museum's owner possessed a unique gift, a gift that allowed her to communicate with the dead. On a chilly autumn evening, I stood before the museum's ornate entrance, my breath visible in the crisp night air. The building itself was a relic of another era, its faded grandeur hinting at a long and mysterious history. As I pushed open the heavy wooden door, a wave of cold air washed over me, carrying with it an unsettling feeling of being watched. The interior of the museum was a labyrinth of dimly lit corridors and shadowy alcoves. Dust-covered display cases held an eclectic assortment of objects. An ancient Egyptian amulet, a voodoo doll, a haunted painting with eyes that seemed to follow your every move. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy, and I could sense a palpable presence, as if the very walls were alive with whispered secrets. As I ventured deeper into the museum, I came upon a room bathed in an eerie bluish light. At its center stood the museum's owner, a woman named Evelyn, her eyes locked onto an antique mirror. Her pale features were both serene and otherworldly, and she beckoned me closer with a delicate gesture. "Welcome," she whispered, her voice barely more than a breath. "You seek answers, do you not?" I nodded, my heart pounding in my chest. I'd come in search of the unknown, and Evelyn seemed to hold the key to unlocking its secrets. Evelyn explained that the mirror was a conduit to the spirit world, a portal through which she could communicate with the restless souls that lingered in the museum. She had spent a lifetime honing her gift, and she offered to share her abilities with me. With trepidation, I agreed, and Evelyn guided me to stand before the mirror. She placed her icy hand upon my shoulder and closed her eyes, her brows furrowing in concentration. The room seemed to grow colder, and I felt a strange sensation, as though I were being drawn into the mirror's depths. And then I heard them, the whispers of the dead, faint and distant at first, but growing steadily louder. It was a chorus of voices, each one unique and haunting, speaking words of longing and regret. I could not understand their words, but their emotions resonated within me, a symphony of sorrow and despair. Evelyn's eyes snapped open, her gaze fixed upon the mirror. "Listen," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Listen to their stories." As I concentrated on the whispers, I began to see flashes of images: a soldier in a tattered uniform, a woman in a Victorian dress, a child with tear-streaked cheeks. They were the echoes of lives long gone, the remnants of memories etched into the mirror's glass. I reached out to touch the mirror, and as my fingers made contact, the whispers grew louder, more insistent. I could feel the spirits drawing closer, their presence enveloping me like a cold, suffocating fog. It was as though they were trying to break through the barrier between worlds, to make their presence known in the realm of the living. In a sudden rush of fear, I pulled away from the mirror, stumbling backward. The room returned to normal, the whispers fading into silence. Evelyn's eyes were filled with a mixture of sorrow and understanding. "They have shared their stories with me," she said softly. "But remember, the spirits are bound to the mirror, and their longing is eternal." I left the Museum of Unearthly Whispers that night, my mind filled with a jumble of emotions and the echoes of the voices I had heard. The museum had offered me a glimpse into a world beyond our own, a world inhabited by restless souls and forgotten memories. As I walked through the city streets, I couldn't help but wonder about the stories of the spirits trapped within the mirror, stories of love and loss, of joy and despair. The Museum of Unearthly Whispers had granted me a brief and haunting glimpse into the mysteries of the afterlife, a reminder that the line between the living and the dead was not as fixed as we might believe.